morning, everybody. This is Brittany and Kali Tiger here at Big Cat Rescue. I'm saying good morning. She's saying good night. Sleepy faces. Figured we'd check in with Kali this morning because we saw her move to a brand new enclosure on Monday. And I was so excited. It's been a really long time since I've seen a cat that likes to hang out in this back corner with this really big den like Cameron and Zebu always did. So it was like a really sweet little moment when I turned the corner from my office and she was the first big cat I saw in all of her glory right here. Looks like a perfectly good nap spot. She just finished breakfast. So please go ahead and share this, tag friends and family. Hopefully you guys get notifications today. Good morning, Suzanne. Hi, Deb. Hi, Chris. Hi, Belinda. Thank you for tagging Kathy. I love that you guys all have like a buddy system. I see the same people tag the same people. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Karen. Just fired up this live. I plan to head up front towards like Running Bear and Shiloh and that kind of front corner. I don't think we've seen much of them. Good morning, Anne. Hi, Chad. She is so pretty, Perry. This is Kali Tiger. She's a 21-year-old tiger that had been born in a transport wagon and raised in captivity. And eventually iFall contacted us because her previous owner was rehoming everybody. And we took Miss Kali. Where are we going? She has to make this decision. It's a big deal when you're this age. Hi, Shannon. We're slowing down in our old age. If you times 21 by 6, that's roughly what she'd be in human years. She also really likes laying in this den, which not a lot of them were doing in this enclosure recently, so it's kind of nice. Utilizing all your square footage. Hi. Oh my goodness, thank you. That was a very big one. I know. She did finally also knock over her enrichment. Oh, we're going potties. We're going potties. We won't show that end. Everybody can hear it though. Everybody can hear it though. It's a good one. That means that you're drinking plenty of water. See where she's gonna head off to. Legs are kind of starting to do exactly what Amanda's were doing. They just wear out on these old ladies. She is on Cosequin, which is good. She likes that den over there too, which I'll be honest, I never really saw anybody use that den for a really long time. But both times Kali has lived in this enclosure, I have pictures of her in this den. For her. Getting cozies. That looks like a good spot. That looks like a perfect spot for that girl. I won't hang too much longer. I just wanted everybody to see watched a Big Cat Rescue Facebook Live. Feel free to ask as many questions as you can. We've got plenty of people in the comments that have been watching these for years and they know all the details. I saw a question about Kali and her blue ball. The one she really loved in her old enclosure was a green one. I called it her jealousy ball because she would push it around like crazy. Anytime somebody else was getting food or treats around her, or anytime somebody else was going on vacation instead of her. But she does have a blue one over here that they moved over with her. This week, or probably not this week, but next week, they're going to start building her a ramp for her platform. It occurred to them once they shifted her over that they had taken the ramp out. The ramp was starting to splinter and crack up when Sapphire was in here, and Sapphire didn't need a ramp. She could just hop up to the lower level. Jasmine definitely didn't need a ramp, but Miss Kali does. So we are definitely going to build her one. So we moved her Valentine's Day enrichment quickly. We actually shifted her away and then moved everything around so she could get to all of it, and then brought her back in. Sometimes it's just hard to remember that they're aging, and you try to ignore it until the very last second. Well, while we're having this beautiful bath time, I see a lot of people asking about Val. So Val is a new rehab bobcat that came to us Sunday night. She was moved into the rehab hospital, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday, right? I think it was Tuesday. And then we are just allowing her gunshot wound to do a little bit more healing before we start trying to do anything else to that sweet cat. She's eating, she's enjoying her room, she goes up on the little staircase and looks out the window. The room is now outfitted with a super thick plexiglass, so we are keeping her from being able to climb to the ceiling like Winter was trying to do. I added her to the sponsorship kits at bigcatrescue.biz yesterday. If you guys are usually $25 sponsors, please consider trying to do more or sponsoring her maybe each month. We have quite a few people out there that actually sponsor their cats every single month at the lower level, which is amazing. Just ideas. Nobody has to do that, but just ideas. But poor Val is going to have so much work and recovery ahead of her. So we need to give her every fighting chance, and it is going to cost a lot of money. So definitely consider sponsoring her at bigcatrescue.biz. All right, so let's head up front where I planned on taking us all. Go up there and see Running Bear, our very oldest cat on property. He's also really been slowing down, so I'm trying to give him as much screen time as possible so you guys can see him. He's still eating, and he's like eating the same amount he always has, but just slowly throughout the day. He's not eating one big meal anymore. And if you know Running Bear, food is life, and so that is definitely something that we are keeping an eye on. Get this gate closed. And while we're driving, I will let you know that a lot of you guys saw Jamie's post yesterday. She finally designed something new for Summer Bobcat. I know we've been basically beating down her door for months saying we want summer stuff in the gift shop, online gift shop. And so that day has finally come. She sent me 2 designs and 2 different color configurations. So some things will go on lighter garments, some things will go on darker. I'm also going to be working to put them on other items. So drawstring bags, tote bags, coffee mugs. Over on our spring store, I can actually do glassware, blankets, different things like that. So you're gonna have to give me a little time. She sent it to me at like 6 o'clock last night, and then I saw her post it on her page, and everyone's like, where do I buy? Where do I buy? I'm like, nowhere yet because I just got the design. So that is my goal for today. Although when I went to leave my house today, my car is not running. So 2 weeks in a row where I've had to drop my car off at the dealership and I'm over it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but I had to hitch a ride with my husband and I made him late this morning and it's been a whole ordeal. So that also means I have to leave at the same time he does today and then work from home. So it's all a little complicated, but by next week, Summer Bobcat's gonna be on everything that I can possibly find to put her on. As well as Allie sent me, and I feel bad because she sent me her design like a week or so ago and I just haven't had time to get to it. But Allie sent me an amazing design of summer and autumn being cisfurs. So super cute. And I'm gonna try to stick that on everything that I can put it on. So if you are thinking about buying stuff for summer, you may want to try to wait till I get the stores packed so that you don't have to do like 60 different orders. Otherwise, I promise you'll want to do 60 different orders because I'm gonna put that stuff on everything. And then I did actually hear back. I had teased out that I had a designer contact me and I was hoping she would send me the files. She was out of the country and now she's back and she has said she would love to donate her work for me to use in our stores. And that is another really cute summer design. So you guys asked for it. It just took a while, but you will be receiving here very soon. All right, let's go see where there's a bear. And all of that is going to be at bigcatrescue.biz. And then also I've been reloading our spring store. They completely changed the way everything looks over on spring. It used to be Teespring, then they shortened it to spring, and then they changed what everything looked like and discontinued a bunch of stuff. So I'm basically rebuilding that store from scratch, it feels like. There are still items over there, but it's definitely different than it was. Here's my bear. And you guys can find that if you go to bigcatrescue.org/tees, T-E-E-S. This is Running Bear. Mr. Running Bear, officially our oldest resident. He's also the very last cat that was actually born here at Big Cat Rescue way back before we realized that breeding cats in captivity serves no conservation value. They can never be returned to the wild, and you're basically just dooming them for a life in a cage. So Mr. Bear here has spent 24 years almost in a cage, but lucky for him, he ended up in the lottery winner neighborhood of Big Cat Rescue. So he's just cozy in his den right now. For anybody who was asking questions, I tried to answer in the Explore comments yesterday, but people that saw myself and Jamie and Victor and Afton and Kat and Jordan out with nets and a squeeze cage and rehab yesterday, that is because we caught and weighed Kahira and Birdie to see if they were ready, if they were big enough, and they are big enough to be collared and soon to be released. So we will be working out details, I'm sure, on that if they are still going to be part of that program as well. So keep you guys in the loop on that. They are two big, beautiful female bobcats ready to go back to the wild. Hi, Bear. Are you telling me what's up? You telling me what's up? Row. If you're ever curious, if you're new to us and you're curious about how Big Cat Rescue started and the evolution and all the things we've learned, you know, we've made our own fair share of mistakes, but we've learned from those and grown from those. And so you can actually read our story on our website, bigcatrescue.org. I think it's /our-evolution. There's actually a couple pages out there that basically tell the story of how we got started. So it's an important read if you're gonna follow us. Hi, I know I won't follow you too much, but I just love you. I just want to spend every second with you. Yeah. he did flatten his Valentine's Day heart. So we actually caught him playing with it a little bit, but you can see that the tissue paper is extra squished now. It was a little bit fluffier than that. He's probably gonna either get water or go back to his, that's usually the den he spends most of the day in, but must have thought that other one was way closer to breakfast. I was gonna walk over and try to see Filmo and Shiloh, maybe a Moses and Bailey sighting. Oh, there's an Ariel. You haven't been climbing that tree, have you? Oh yes, she has been. And we're witnessing it. Oh boy. Well, we say that we give them natural enclosures. Miss Ariel. If that doesn't make me a nervous wreck, I don't know what does. But she's Bobcat, so this is what they would be doing. This is very Filmo of you. Let's not go any higher. She luckily still has claws. It's the only way that she is allowed and capable of doing that. How are you getting back down? Checking all of her options. Building some tree shelves here. This is going to be a regular thing. Alright, I'm going to just let Jordan know. Hey Jordan, can you go to 3? Jordan, are you on radio?
Yes, I am.
Can you go to 3?
Good thing. I am here.
Hey, it's Brittany. So I'm in the middle of doing a Facebook Live, and out of the corner of my eye, I see Ariel eyeballing the top of her tree, and now she's at the very top of it, practically at the roof line. Just wanted to let you know, she's kind of trying to figure out how to get back down. I feel like if I leave, she'll probably get back down, but then we might want to check on her to see how she's doing and then figure out what we need to do maybe about this tree.
Okay, Aaron and I are on our way.
Great, thank you. All right, I'm gonna back away so you don't feel so nervous about having to come back down. Great. And we're gonna let the coordinators check on this. Oh, baby girl. Tut's just oblivious. He's like, what's going on? I'll actually stay nearby just so I can. Never a dull moment. This is King Tut. Absorbing all the sun. As little solar panel falls out. So I cleaned with Fred on, she's still up there, but she's literally just chewing on that vine. she's having a good time. I hate to ruin it. I also just don't want her to jump down and break a leg, because how else is she getting down out of there? All right, here comes our crew. But anyway, those are black belly whistling ducks that are, I've never seen them on property before. Yeah. Oh, she's coming down, trying to come down on this side. She didn't think through the outcome of this. That's why I was like, I'm gonna tell them and then clear out, because A, I don't even want to see her come down. But if she does, we probably need to, oh, she's doing it. Wow, all right.
You're getting up and down.
Yes, yeah, she was really up there contemplating, like, what do I do now? She's walking okay.
Glad she went back first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so that's a thing. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. All right, well, she got down. I mean, I knew she probably could, but I also had that. I've seen too many of our cats land wrong, and then like, ugh, I just, no. So, yep, Erin is literally texting Victor right now and saying that we need some steps. And speaking of Filmo, let's head that direction. Filmo and Shiloh both were climbing the trees in their enclosures when they first arrived. Shiloh really doesn't do that anymore, but oh, there's a bobcat, one that we don't always get to see. Hi, Momo. What you doing over there, sir? He's like, I'm just laying by my water bowl. Hi, Moses. Of course, you know, it'll be exactly like it was with Filmo. As soon as we give her something really easy to climb on, she won't even go up there anymore, but that's how it goes. What you doing, Mo? Moses is actually one of our oldest cats here, now in his 20s. We're kind of a weird mix. We used to just have an insane amount of cats that were in their 20s. And now we've got more teenagers or youngins almost. Very few already in their 20s, so. Well, if we got a Moses sighting, where's the Bailey? I think he's thinking about going next door, yeah, to his favorite spot. He loves that big den over there. I wonder if, oh, she's already in the tunnel. Ooh, can he get past the gatekeeper? I don't know. She gonna let you go by? Maybe not with me here. He's like, no, she won't let me. Bailey, that's not very nice. You're such a good man, Moses. You're such a good man. Oh, bless his heart. He's like, but I just really want to go over there. I would just like to go, please? I bet if I leave, she'll let him. She's just trying to be feisty because there's a human here. That girl. Ooh, it's starting to get dark and windy. I didn't check the weather. I hope that's not a... I mean, it's like, it just got like dramatically dark. Okay. I won't venture too far from my cart. He's already back up there asking permission again. She'll let him go by. She just didn't want me to be there to see her be nice. I guarantee it. There's Mr. Shiloh. There's Mr. Shiloh. Where are you going, Mom? See if he's gonna hang out somewhere. Usually by now he's settled in and grooming. We want to see your cute little pink nose. Hi, buddy. Oh, I don't really know how to trust you. You don't usually show me your butt. Cutie. Oh, that's very sweet. He's never been aggressive to me, but he doesn't usually come over and show me his butt, so that's new. Maybe it's because I've been doing a lot more enrichment. Like sign-offs and different things like that. Are you debating what you're gonna do with the rest of your day? Yeah. Well, that was a little extreme. Coolaroo time. We need to get a broom out here somehow and wipe that off for him. It's just nothing but leaves. Oh, that's a good spot. That's a good spot, sir. Is he not the cutest? He's like the biggest, cutest boy. It's interesting because Max is just massive, but he's like, doesn't really have any spots on him, but Shiloh is still very spotty and just as big. Definitely more brown on him. It's just amazing all the different color combinations on Bobcats. Because most people are like, how do you tell, you know, Bobcats apart? And I'm like, technically it's really easy because they are all so unique. If you guys want to learn any of the backstories on any of the cats that call Big Cat Rescue home, you can do that on our website, bigcatrescue.org/cat-bio. You can also literally just Google Big Cat Rescue Shiloh Bobcat and it'll pop up. I do that all the time on, I know we have a website page of it, but I don't know the exact URL, so Big Cat Rescue Bobcat Facts, Big Cat Rescue Serval Facts. That's also how you can find past cats as well as our current cats. Had well over 100 plus cats that have called this sanctuary home. Really appreciate anybody who is donating today. It still doesn't show me who or what or how, but I do really appreciate it, especially now with 7 rehab Bobcats in our care, as well as 43 permanent residents. You know, a lot of us have been using the universe or the secret to make sure that we continue to rescue. Woo. And I think it's coming in the form of rehab bobcats. That was a very good jump, buddy. From Coolaroo to platform. Yeah, it does sort of look like it's gonna rain. Is that why you went up there to check it out? Here comes the rain. Do 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 do. All right, is there a Filmo? I know Michael had to head back to the UK. And that always breaks my heart, not only for all of us, but for Filmo. I should start FaceTiming with him. Of course, he's in a different time zone, but FaceTiming him so that Filmo can hear his voice, and then maybe he'll start associating his voice with me, and then he'll come out for me, because he just... I get him to take his meds, but that's about where our relationship ends. He's in there. He's just very... Whoa, there's a face. There's a Filmo. Hi, Philip. Oh, there's Michael. Michael's on here. Too bad you can't hear him. I do not have a British accent that is even worth trying, so... Well, he's in there. Oh, it looks scary right now. Philip. Cute boy. All right, Michael, I guess we gotta have a weekly chat. You pick a time that works for you, as long as it's not dark here. We already saw Frankie and Smalls. I don't think we've seen Flint and Nabisco, so let's go over to them. That's where we'll wrap it up probably for today, especially if it's gonna get sprinkly. I'm gonna go ahead and take my cart over there with me too. It's really funny lately, if my car is working, my golf cart doesn't work, and now if my car doesn't work, my golf cart's working. You know. Alright, well if you guys came in late, then you missed it where we started with Kali. You probably definitely missed the surprise that Ariel just gave us. So you guys can rewatch this at dailybigcat.com. Here's a Frankie. There's a Frankie. Whoa! Like a real bobcat. Like a real bobcat, just a sprinting. I've never seen Frankie move that fast before until he got access to Gilligan's old enclosure, and now he is a golf cart chasing machine. Alright, my guess is they're still going to be separated, yep, for breakfast, and then I told you guys yesterday about them being super naughty, so they're locked out of their front bubble because they are literally tearing the walls apart in there. Oh, hi, honey. Here's a Culona. There's a Culona. Always need a Culona sighting. It's a curved wall. It's a little bit harder to do, but Miss Culona Bobcat, gorgeous as ever. Isn't it amazing? You guys have seen multiple bobcats in a row now, just how different they all look. Vary in size and coloration and spots and patterns depending on the region that they're found. Flint is a Florida Bobcat, similar to Ariel, so very dark in color, a spotty pattern, a little bit lankier and skinnier, whereas cats like Culona and Nabisco, Dryden, meow, meow, are meow. I wonder if I can ask to put you together. Meow. Meow. Yeah, they're usually bigger and fluffier, less spotty, lighter in color. They have snowier regions, and they're more of the northern bobcats. Right? This is a Florida Bob, though. Unfortunately, Flint had way too many medical issues to be deemed releasable where he would actually survive, so he is living here at Big Cat Rescue. It's one of our youngest cats. Right, baby? Only a couple years old. I'm feeling sprinkles. I'm sprinkling a little bit. Where is Nabisco? I have a feeling he's super passed out in this den and probably enjoys having the time without the bratty little brother. Nabisco! Biscuit! I have no idea where he is. He has to be on this side though. Whoa! You're so springy today. Spring loaded. So springy. Mr. Flint. Where's your... He keeps squishing his nose on the wire. That is hilarious. He turned out to be such a goofy bobcat. Yeah, I'll leave him apart just because I don't want Nabisco to have to deal with it for any longer if he's in there sleeping. If he would have come right out, it would have been a different story. Isn't he so cute? He grew up so beautifully. There's somebody who basically was made of glass. He had multiple broken legs. His pelvis area healed very narrowly, which is what worries us about hole prey with him. Too much of it, and would he be able to pass it in the wild? It's supposed to be nap time right now, sir. It should be nap time. Is that how you scent mark, with your actual nose instead of your cheeks like everybody else? It's a very wild tail. All right, let's go take a peek at Dryden, who I think is actually up in the other, the other tower. Culona's on this side. Dryden will be around on the other side, and then that's where we will say goodbye. He looks very cozy. And then I'm gonna get to my desk and start putting Summer Bobcat on every piece of possible product that I can find. So coming very soon, starting today, you'll be able to go to bigcatrescue.biz and search for Summer Bobcat. And after today, there will be a lot, but by next week, there will be a crazy amount. So stay tuned. I will also be posting those for our noon product ads as well. Anytime that something new and exciting pops up, I try to share that. I just shared Priya's design by Tom, which is absolutely gorgeous. It looks amazing on everything. And he recently just sent me one of Kimba and Chaos. So many things coming. I just have to like have the stamina to just sit at my computer for hours and hours and hours and get this done. You cat's gonna let me do that? He's like, sure, go ahead. I don't need you here. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great weekend. I'm gonna go get busy so you guys can get shopping. Thank you to everybody who's already sponsored some of the cats or all of the cats for February. You guys are being entered into a drawing at the end of each month. So if you sponsor a cat at bigcatrescue.biz, you could win something fun at the end of the month. Yes, Kathy, I knew Jamie's design was gonna be awesome, but she sent me two, and so two different color variations, and then also I got one from Allie that also has autumn on it, which is really cute, and then this other one that's up and coming is just so adorable. So many things. Definitely make sure you guys check them out, add them to your cart, and I will see you guys again in a few days. All right, bye, Dryden.